Courtney keeps, showing improvement each meet, which has been really good. She's really been pulling our top 5. Yeah, obviously it didn't go as well as we wanted to, but at the same time, it's just a snapshot for where we are in the middle of September. So, we're only halfway through our season. We have 3 meets left, and obviously it's the most important meets, but we're really looking ahead. We've had last week, we didn't have a meet, so we put in some good training. We're going to put in, some more before conference, and, obviously still have high expectations for where, we end up at the end of the season. I think it's going to be fairly similar to Louisville. In terms of competition, it's going to be another big meet. I'm glad that we got Louisville out of the way, and it was a pretty big meet. So I'm hoping that now they'll be used to that a little bit. It won't be such a shock for as many people there are. It's kind of hard to find where your teammates are in a race that big. So hoping that they can kind of handle that a little bit better. And obviously at conference, it's going to be a lot less runners. So they're going to, it's going to feel a lot easier when we get to the conference meet. But yeah. High expectations for this weekend. I think they're ready for it, and I also think that they're ready for it. And coming off of last week, I think they're ready to compete again. Every week is different, and the biggest thing is where you are at the end. And so I don't like to put too much emphasis on how these meets have gone, just because some of it's just the conditions of the race and getting used to a big meet, and so there's a lot of factors that go into it, and you hope by the end of the season they've kind of been through all of the different things that they could go through in a cross-country meet, and that they're able to put it together at the end. And so I'm just trusting that. I think they're all trusting themselves and trusting their training and what we've been doing, and so I'm not worried about it. I think that the team's ready to go. Obviously, yeah, you wanna place higher from when you did last year and whatnot, but we don't really look at that. We just look at how we finish. So the team's been looking great in workouts. We've been obviously getting up really early, and so the fact that they've been doing that and still showing up. It's been really humid in the morning, and so we always call this heat that we have poor man's altitude. So we're banking on that. When we get to Peoria, and it's going to be a lot cooler. It's going to help us out a ton. I think they're going to feel really good and fresh, and so that's the goal. Yeah, and I'm feeling good about it.
Still trying to build that mileage up, definitely. We had a big week last week, as our last big one before Wisco. We really wanted to push the couple of workouts we had, so we had a really hard workout on the Friday, especially simulating like the race conditions and what it would feel like. So still building, and I think we'll continue building at least till conference, but we're getting there and we all feel really fit. Everyone's doing what they need to be do what they need to be successful, especially like we're doing the little things. I feel like past few years we may have not done the little things like we have been doing this year, and I think we can see it in how we feel on the workouts, the weight room especially. Like we're doing corner and we're doing strides, etc., just to try and help ourselves get that extra bit that we may have not had in the past, and the results are showing so far. Yeah, definitely challenge ourselves. Like we're ranked 4th in the South region, but we haven't actually seen many of the teams we're ranked up against. So to actually be able to run against Florida State, who are definitely going to be there, Alabama I think might be there, to see these competitions, see how we actually stack up in a real race, not just like rankings itself. Like, are we competing with these guys? Are we beating these guys? It'll be a real test to see how good we are and shows where we actually are as well. When you're on the start line, you look across, you see these Power 5 scores, you're like, we're ranked the same as these, we're ranked slightly better than these. It's really cool to be like, we're up with these guys. Like, yeah, they may have a big name on their jersey, but we're just as good, if not better, than these guys. And to look at the results sheet and see Belmont at the top of the results as we have so far, like beating Louisville this past weekend, is a really cool feeling.